So, got a Kubey. Kubey. Man, I like my Kubeys. This is a KU316C Aus 10 steel G10 camo. And it is a button lock. I don't think I have another Kubey. Oh, I do have another Kubey button lock. There is another one, and I have it. It's a small little one. And I mean, I'm trying to think, but I think it's a pretty nice knife. I think the action, the lockup, everything on it's solid now that I'm thinking about it. It's just kind of a little guy. Okay, I do like the black. This is, the name of this is a RDF. Yeah. Man, let's get it out of there. Okay. I mean, let's not be distracted by boxes and packages and stuff. Let's get our focus on this piece. Let's do that again. Look at that blade. I mean, the button's providing pretty good detent. Making all of the deployments pretty snappy. I mean, I'm running it a bunch, but it's kind of stiff. I mean, okay. So one of the things I'm considering with this piece is doing, yeah, there's no detent lash. That's nice. Excellent detent provided by that button. Like, it's good. Just sucks that blade right in. I'm pretty sure it's going to snap it out at the top as well. Had a break in the action there. Yeah, so pretty nice. I am thinking about customizing one of these. Dark purple and that camo. Put an edge on it. Yep. I mean, I'll bet you it's got a pretty good edge on it, but laying it back, really polishing it up. There is a blacked out version of this knife that I thought, man, I could put a smoking edge on it. It would shine it up. But anyways, let's check this one in, and then we'll figure out if I need to get another one or customize this one. Maybe I'll just customize this one. He's got T8s everywhere, I think including the pocket clip. No, everywhere but the pocket clip. I mean, so far, this thing's pretty solid. It's got excellent detent provided by that button and the spring. Pocket clip appears to be going to be a good one. I mean, really clean in here. It looks wonderful. Just a slight amount of oil on the pivot. Yeah, look at this. A lot of skeletonization going on these scales. Keep the weight down. Really looks like the appropriate amount of oil in here. I mean, this thing looks solid. Looks like it's put together well. But we're going to wipe it off. I'll re-lube it. I mean, I would never assume it. That's why I take them apart, get in here. I'm not going to assume it. Get in here and wipe it down. We'll put a little bit of lightweight oil on it. Bearings are cutting into this stone wash. It looks good. I really like these scales. I mean, they've done a great job chopping these up, reduce weight. Captured pivot. I mean, these Kubeys, man. Got some new models. It's been a while, but there's some new Kubey models dropping. And some of them really nice. I will say that as their knives progress and come forward, so has their pricing. Woo! I mean, wow. Some of the pricing on the Kubeys right now, man, it's stratosphere. And I think I mentioned this in a video not too long ago, but Kubeys may be in this space for me, but there's who is it? Like San Renmu, SRM. There's a few well-known, like high or low-level budget knife makers that have decided to up their game and are making higher end knives. I have to tell you, I struggle with a company that I've been, for years buying, $25 knives from, and then they decide to up their game and now they're selling $185 knife. I just struggle. Here's my analogy with that. Like, let's say I bought a budget car from Kia. I'm not, and this in no way is to knock on Kia, but it's a value budget level car, right? And so, I pay, let's say I pay $25,000 for a reasonable version of a Kia. And I like it. It's pretty nice. It definitely is dollar per value. It makes sense, right? And it's a good car. Well, then they decide to enter the arena of higher end vehicles, and so they come out with $125,000 Kia. I'm just saying, I don't think they sell a lot of them. Like, I think you have to establish the ability to provide a product at that level. I mean, I'm looking at, some of these companies that I mentioned, I'm looking at some of the offerings that they have, and I can't spend $185 on a SRM knife. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm not saying that ultimately the build quality and everything doesn't live up to the price tag that they're asking for it. I'm not saying that. I mean, I just can't take them from being a a complete low-level value budget, 30, 15 to $30 knife manufacturer, and then just go, yeah, let me get one of those for $185. I don't know. I think you got to work up to it, but yeah, same thing on these Kubeys, man. Like the prices are going up and up and up, and I mean, in the end, if the product goes up with it, I guess that's a good thing. It's just, do the general masses just go, oh, 220 bucks for a Kubey? Yeah, let me get one. I don't know. Yeah, there's my rant about that, but hopefully that made sense. I mean, it's perceptible. It's running better than it was. Now, not to say it wasn't running good, but boy, it's really running good now. Yeah, so, I mean, let's talk about the action on this knife. I mean, it's completely free. The tension on the button is reasonable. I don't have to, I mean, it's instinctual to release that blade right there. Sometimes you can get a button lock and you really got to press it hard to get it to function well, or it's an effort because of the recess, whatever. And sometimes it gets a little weird to make that happen, but not here. Very instinctual, functions extremely well. Yeah, no issues here whatsoever. Thumb flick, Spidey flick, wonderful. Completely locked up. There's not a wiggle in this knife. Up and down, side to side, this way. I mean, if I go this way, this way, this way, completely solid. Very nice. Back flipper, it's got some jimping. Nice detent. So, listen, button lock action, I mean, it's an A. It really is. It's an A. I'd love to nitpick this and find something about it that makes me go, no, it's an A minus or it's a B plus. It's B level. But there's nothing here. This thing's drop shut, very free, and complete lockup. And even though it's free, the detent's not light on it. Like, there's no way I could shake that blade out of there. It's got a solid detent provided by the button and the spring. It's wonderful. Which is why I don't know that I can fail this. And on a button lock, I mean, listen, if I can't fail it, I'm going to say it's A+. That's how good this action is. If I can fail it, I'll leave it at an A, which my expectation on a button lock would be that I fail it, that it won't run. Because, that button rides on that blade all the way around like a detent ball. But it's not a ceramic ball. It's like a piece of metal riding along the edge of that blade. But here we go. I'm going to try to fail it. Yeah, I can fail it. All right, so it's an A. Yeah. I mean, like, it's snappy enough that I thought, no, I don't think I can fail it. But yeah, I can fail it. If you come out slow, it's not going. Because just the nature of it, it's not going to go. But, I mean, any amount of little tension on it, and that thing's running. So, I mean, it's got A-level action. Let's talk about the ergonomics. So, one of the things I noticed right away is that's like combat level jimping there. It's you dig your thumb in there. The only way you're getting past that is if you tear your thumb. And wonderful little finger guard produced by the flipper tab, locked in. I do feel this pocket clip. I mean, it's deep carry. It's because of the length of the knife and where that's at. I do feel it. Is it hot? Like, could I spend hours going like this with this knife? Probably. I mean, it's not hot, but it's warm. I definitely feel that back there, but it's the nature of that clip. I don't know that it's a design flaw. It's just if you're going to get that deep of a carry of a clip with this type of clip, you're probably going to feel it in there, and I do. But overall ergonomics, I mean, I'm locked in. Not so confident, very confident. This is definitely a confident grip. And leaning towards very confident. Definitely locked in. Got a bunch of other grips here. Could definitely pinch grip this knife. Definitely got a landing spot for the index finger to slice this way. That tip of that blade is fairly low, so you don't have to go way up to get it. Um, I mean, what is that? I'm gonna call it a spear point. I mean, needle for a tip. Not quite a needle, but definitely a sharp tip. I mean, I like the ergonomics on this. Yeah, very comfortable here because it takes that pocket clip out and this middle finger lands right in that groove. Cap that off with the thumb. Ooh, is this one good? Yeah, really nice. Not so much that way. Yeah, I like the ergos. Let's check pocket clip. Which I can tell you already looking at it, there's not going to be any issues with it whatsoever. I mean, I love this style of clip versus just coming up without the little cobra hood, the snake head there, because it flattens that out versus just having that come up into my palm. And definitely aids in it being comfortable, but it's going to run like $1,000,000. Yeah, deep carry, completely gone. Got this whole nice place to grab onto, and this thing, the tension on this clip on this against that G10, the G10 on here, it's got wonderful texture. Yep, great texture. So that clip against that texture, excellent retention in the pocket. Let's finish that part. Yeah, my spot back there. Knife. I mean, it's a dryer clip. That thing's locked in there. And when I go looking for this knife, it's going to be right where I left it in my pocket, regardless of what I do. I wonder about safety. Yeah, this G10, very grippy stuff. Wonderful. It always makes me wonder, why would you make the G10 and not make it grippy? It's just weird to me. I don't know. I guess sometimes you don't want your knife to be grippy. I'm not sure when that is, but yeah, it's never for me, but I guess so. And then Hydra Design. Not familiar with them, but I think they do other knives. Somebody will know. You can comment below. What about safety? Can we get this blade? Nah. The tip's recessed, so the clip is excellent, the tip's good, and I don't have any concerns about making blade contact with this knife closed. If it's closed, I can put my hands all over this, not worry about cutting myself. Speaking of cutting, it's that time. Yeah. Yeah, it's wonderfully sharp. Excellent. Yeah, buddy. All right. Price and availability. Where are they, and what do we got to pay for one of these bad boys? I mean, the spot to go, of course, is White Mountain Knives. White Mountain Knives has a sale on that if you'll put this in the cart from White Mountain Knives and then enter the coupon code Kubey, Kubey, it'll knock the price down on this from like $56 down to, I believe, just under $40. And oh, pardon me. And that price is tax free and includes shipping. So let's call it $39. So for $39, that this will be at your door, all in, paid for. Pretty nice. I think I am going to knock this one out of the park though, and I'll offer it to the channel. I don't know. Can I get $45 for it if I completely purplize it and then put a razor laid back polished edge on it? I mean, let's try it. We'll see if I can do it. Would it be worth, I don't know, an extra $6 to get it that way, or would you rather just have it stock, or would you pay, let's say $10? Would you pay $10 to have me pimp this out, purplify it, and then lay back an edge? Let me know in the comments, and because if you would, I'll definitely do it. I'm gonna wait. And if I'm not going to pin you down and say, okay, you said, so here you got to buy it. But I'm just saying in general as a question, would you rather pay $39 for this knife just the way you see it, or pay $49 for it pimped out, purplified, and with a laid back polished edge on it, with a convex laid back edge. Which would it be? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. Pretty cool knife. I like this one a lot. I like the other button lock. I don't know the model number, but I like this one better. It's bigger. Definitely the action is better on this one. I think the action on the other one was a little tight. Probably had something to do with the blade being like that big, I think. Anyways, appreciate y'all.